Now, setting new precedents, Pope Francis celebrated and led the Easter Mass at the St. Peter's Basilica, but without any devotees of the Christian faith. Instead, the Mass was live-streamed for nearly about 1.3 billion people because of the deadly coronavirus pandemic. Now, the holy event of Easter Mass, which attracts more than 10,000 people every year, was held at the St. Peter's Basilica with very few attendants assisting the Pope this year. Now, the entire event was broadcast for people to witness. The Pope's holy activities this week also took place without any public participation. And on the day of Christianity's greatest feast, Easter, the Pope walked inside the empty St. Peter's Basilica, read the Gospel about Jesus' resurrection in both Greek and Latin, and prayed for the world that at the moment has come to a standstill due to the coronavirus pandemic.
In questa notte è risuonata la voce della Chiesa. Cristo, mia speranza, è risorto. È un altro contagio che si trasmette da cuore a cuore, perché ogni cuore umano attende questa buona notizia. È il contagio della speranza. Cristo, mia speranza, è risorto. Non si tratta di una formula magica che faccia svanire i problemi. No, la resurrezione di Cristo non è questo. È invece la vittoria dell'amore sulla radice del male.
Last year, it was estimated that close to about 70,000 Christians from across the globe had crowded at the St. Peter's Basilica to listen to the Pope's message. That's a message to the city and to the world at large. However, with the coronavirus outbreak, people were not allowed to gather for this year's Easter celebrations. So standing in pretty much a nearly deserted St. Peter's Basilica this year on the occasion of Easter Sunday, the Pontiff called for solidarity around the world to confront the pandemic. The Pope also acknowledged that this is an Easter of solitude lived amidst the sorrow and hardship that the pandemic is causing, from physical suffering and economic difficulties. He said that his thoughts were with those who were directly affected by the virus, the doctors and the nurses, the sick, and those who had died, and also their family members in mourning. Now, the message on the occasion of Easter is traditionally delivered only on Christmas and Easter Sunday, but the Pope made an exception earlier in the month of March to pray for an end to the pandemic. Now, in his Easter message, the Pope also prayed for doctors and nurses and frontline workers who are attending to the sick and are also enforcing containment measures. He also called on political leaders across the globe to work for the common good to fight the novel coronavirus infection. Acknowledging those who face an uncertain economic future and fears of unemployment, the Pontiff also called on political leaders to work actively for the common good, to provide the means and the resources needed to enable everyone to lead a dignified life, and when circumstances allow, to assist them in resuming their normal daily activities. While the novel coronavirus has infected more than 1.8 million people and has resulted in the deaths of 114,000 people globally, Pope Francis conveyed his condolences and also prayed for the families of the COVID-19 victims. He also expressed sympathy for the people across the globe who could not be with their loved ones due to the lockdown and restrictions.